strange phenomenon is taking over the software development world, heralded by whiteboards, sticky notes, and a fascination with getting things done. If you haven't guessed, the phenomenon is called Agile Project Management, usually referred to as just Agile. The main tenets of Agile involve creating a flexible landscape where projects are delivered on time and with the necessary requirements to satisfy customers or business goals. Agile is fast, yet calculated, organized, yet constantly evolving. Agile methodologies have already infiltrated big tech companies like Google and Facebook and created a runoff effect into the startup scene and even other sectors of the enterprise. Though most people associate Agile with the software industry, Agile methods have actually been used in diverse areas such as manufacturing, aerospace engineering, and the automotive industry. That Agile has a breadth of different adoptees should only convince you that it works. The new approach to getting a product or service to market is obsessed with speed and efficiency. But don't be fooled. Speed and efficiency do not imply a sloppy job, nor do they mean to suggest that quality is overlooked. Speed is ideal because it allows companies to build faster and to reiterate on their products for maximum benefits. One of Facebook's early mottos was, "Build fast and break things." Though the company has moved away from it in recent years, the attitude is very much an agile one. The company benefits from getting to market quickly, and to break things means to find failures, correct them, and develop better ways of implementing them. Agile began from dissatisfaction with the state of modern project management at the time. Many companies relied on so-called tried and tested approaches to managing projects that were nothing more than corporate dogmas. These dogmatic attitudes about the right way of doing things had negative consequences that simply came to be expected as the norm. There was a fascination with central planning, or a desire to architect projects with extensive documentation before any work even began. However, when it comes to project management, driving a task to completion isn't a simple game of doing or following instructions. As the saying goes, stuff happens. That is a quote that should have been plastered onto the desks of traditional management professionals who insisted on planning first, then building. The end results of dogmatic practices were projects that suffered from setbacks, prolonged release cycles, customer dissatisfaction, and cutting corners. Most of these problems stem from promising features during the drafting stage that ended up becoming infeasible in the production stage. In the simplest terms, you can think of Agile as an attitude rather than a set of methodologies, though methodologies are still an important aspect of attitude. The attitude of Agile is to move fast, to plan as little as possible, and to use iterative production cycles instead of rigid ones. Agile teams can uphold these attitudes because they understand that their sole purpose is to transfer the ideas behind the product into fruition. It takes a good visionary to create a good product or service, and the project manager's job is to communicate that vision to his production teams. Engineering leads, developers, and testers must all have a stake in understanding what the vision is and how they should go about doing it. There are many sub-attitudes or ways of doing things that may vary between companies, departments, and industries, but the core principles of Agile never change. There is no one right way to do Agile, but over time, a few standout methodologies have emerged. These are the kinds you will most likely hear industry spokespersons using, like Scrum, Lean, Kanban, Extreme Programming, and so on. You may already be familiar with some of these terms. Each one has their strengths and weaknesses, and each has their own unique approach to solving the Agile equation of speed and efficiency. Think of these methodologies as guidelines for how your company may want to do Agile. They are not set in stone, and ideally, you will experiment with them and see how to best fit them into your operations.